Hey, wonderful algebra students, it's Dr. Conklin here to do a quick review with you of the study guide. So for your assignment for today, we're asking you all to complete the review sheet, which you should be able to either print out, or if you can't print it, that's no big deal. You can just use a piece of paper and do the work on the side. So we do have a unit test on Thursday, so this is going to go through and show you the answers. Again, just a reminder, you can always contact us to set up a Google Meet, and we're happy to hop online and go over questions with you. And we are logging in every day at 8:35. So using the password I love math. And you should be able to hop on at 8:35 if you're available, and we can answer questions for you. So we put some key vocabulary words for here. Definitely two important ones to know: irrational, irrational. Make sure you know those definitions. And then we also have some of our property terms here for you. And then our calculator tips. We'll go through a few of these as we talk through today. And of course, our most famous rounding, tenths, hundredths place. So what I'm going to do is show you guys the answer keys and go through just one practice one. So again, I would suggest that you first do this before writing the key out. But let's just pick maybe one from each column to do. Okay, so first we're asked to round to the nearest whole number. So a whole number means that we're going to round to this place value here for 3. So if we're looking at this lower example, I'm going to look behind the 3 and see that 1 is not going to move it up. It's going to keep it the same, so that's our answer. The tenths place is the one right after. I'm going to look behind. That 4 is going to keep the 1 the same, so 6.1. And then last but not least, the hundredths place is the second place after the decimal. I'm going to look behind that. That 9 is going to push our number up. I'm going to keep all the numbers the same. And move this up to a 4. Okay, so that's a little review of rounding. Again, if you have more questions, please let us know. And then I'm going to have you guys go to the next page. Again, check your answer. For number 1, you should have gotten C. We know that pi is always irrational. If you put square root of 16 in your calculator, you're just going to get out 4. And then let's actually talk through this number 4. What is an irrational number? Oh, not number 4, I'm sorry. I wanted to do number 5. Circled the wrong one. So if we look here, the sum means we're going to add. So let's go through in our calculator how we'll do number 5. We're going to take the square root of 3. So second square root of 3. Now make sure you arrow over, plus 5, and click enter. Now you can see this is a really big long number, so we might need to think to ourselves, is this going to become a fraction or not? Well, the easiest way to figure it out is to hit math, frac, enter, and you see how this does not turn into a fraction? That means this number has to be irrational. So you can see what I put here for my explanation. Remember, when you see the word explains, it means to write a sentence. Okay, so if I do square root of 5 plus 3, it does not turn into a fraction. So my reason here is we have an irrational number because it cannot be written as a fraction. Again, guys, feel free to pause this video at any point so you can check your work. Same thing here. This 3 over 2 is a fraction, which means it has to be rational. And then here, if you punch square root of 16 in, you get 4. And then 0.29 repeating, that's a pattern, which means that also is rational. So square root of 7 is the only one that won't work with math frac. Okay, let me show you guys the answers for this page. Again, we suggest you first do the work before copying this down. But we have C, A, 5 square root of 3, A for choice for number 4, A again for number 5, D for number 6, and then 2n minus 4. So let's go over number 3, just because we know that's a pretty tricky one with the simplest radical form. So first, how do I get square root of 75 in simplest radical form? Well, I need to find the factors. So I'm going to go to y equals, I have something in here, so I'm going to clear it out, 75 divided by x. Once you've punched that in, you can hit second graph, and it's going to give us all the factors of 75. Now remember, a factor means there has to be 2 whole numbers. So like 1 and 75 are whole numbers, that works. But 2 and 37.5 37.5 is not a whole number, so those aren't factors. 3 and 25 works though, not 4 and 18.75. 5 and 15 is another factor, so let me actually write that one down too. So as I look through, I would write down all my factors, and I'm going to look for which term or which factor is a perfect square. So if I look here, I have 25 and 3. 25, since 5 squared is 25, 25 is a perfect square. Yay! So I'm going to split this up. 25 and 3. The square root of 25 and the square root of 3. So the square root of 25 is 5, and then square root of 3. So that would be our final answer. Okay, and then just a reminder for number 7. When we have 4 less than twice a number, 4 less than is subtraction, twice this number, so 2n. You don't want to leave it as 4 minus 2n. When you see this term less than, you want to flip your work. So when you do flip this, you're left with 2n minus 4. So you could start with an idea like this, like brainstorming, but you don't want your final answer to look like that. Okay, let's go to the next page, and there's quite a few to check here, so let me, again, you guys can feel free to pause your video. I wanted to just go over maybe 1 or 2 of these, so let's look at maybe number 11. I'll highlight it, and then maybe we'll also do number 13. Okay, so if we look at number 11, I'm going to zoom on in. This is an evaluation question, so I'm going to start with -5 a squared b. Instead of putting in a and instead of putting in b, we're going to substitute in the 2 values they gave us, -3 and 4. So I'm going to put in -3 here and 4 here. So now this becomes a PEMDAS question. We don't have any parentheses. Well, we do, but they need multiplication. So we're going to evaluate first our square. So -5 times 9 times 4. And then actually, the only thing we're left with here is multiplication. So when you punch this in your calculator, you get -180, which is choice D. Okay, and then let's look at number, what one did I say? I thought I had 13, perfect. So this is a double distributing question, but we got this, no problem. First thing we're gonna do is distribute twice. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -1 is -3. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -3 is +6. And then we're going to combine like terms. -3 and 6, those are a constant. That leaves us with +6. And then 3x minus 2x is just x. So we're again, oh, choice D. So silly. Oh, it made a cute little square, or rectangle, neato. Oh, I hope it didn't freeze. Hello. Oh no. All right, that's working. Oh, there we go. It's back. Okay, so make sure you check your other answers. Again, feel free to reach out to us for questions. And then the last 2, number 19, I would definitely say is like a bonus kind of question. Let's just do number 18 together. If you look at 18, it says the sum, and I know we already talked about sum means to add. Just a reminder, guys, product means to multiply. Okay, so if we're finding the sum of these, we're going to add them up. So I'm going to combine like terms. 8a and 4a is 12a. Now it's nice, we're not combining the exponents, so actually we can eliminate choice D right now. Let's combine the b's, 3b and -3b. Well, those are actually going to cancel out. So again, any choice you see with a b, like this has a b, I'm going to cancel it, this has a b, I'm going to cancel it. So let's just triple check, but our answer should be, same color again, our answer should be C. So -4c and +c is going to leave us with -3c, which is choice C. So again, please reach out to us if you have more questions on these, and our test is Thursday. Keep up the great work, All-Stars, and we'll talk to you soon.